between it and requesting everybody to be on Christmas goes back to what I was saying to you
Yeah.
previously. Which kind of also goes back to a little bit of what you were saying with the power trip
Yeah. But
earlier.
and if not, create a fucking seasons totem. Now, you don't have to create one for each season. Just create one that's called a seasons totem, or call it whatever the fuck you want. But what it is it will you use it and it changes the season. It can be to a random season, but then you can spam those and have, you know what I'm saying? You can just use those to try and get the season you need.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've got fucking totems now for fucking everything. Why not that?
Yeah. One or the
Especially
other. Either
because a
shorten
lot
the
of
time
people,
that the
there are
seasons
people
take.
who,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, no,
No,
no, I was cutting you off.
no. Either just shorten the time it takes for seasons to, to go that it goes through, or give me a seasons totem where I can change the season my fucking self instead of having to wait 27 hours to get the season I need.
Right. Because especially because there are people who work. Not everybody who plays this game are children. And not only that, but even the children who play this game go to school.
Yeah.
So like it's
It's crazy to expect people to spend their every waking moment just to get the season they need.
right.
Because there's a lot of people's schedules, a lot of school schedules that are like they're never gonna get that one season that they need or what would be helpful because they're gonna be in school or they're gonna be in work or they're gonna be in university or you know what I'm saying? Or they'll be asleep because people need sleep.
Well, and then the other thing is, which is where I kind of stated many streams ago, they literally at one point had a event for AFKing, which it also clearly states in the rules while these certain things are okay, but they're not okay to talk about, but yet you also promote it. And also doing certain things like the seasons for as long as you do when people work or people have school lives or other things is also in a way promoting more of AFK or macroing even though you can't talk about it. But yet you still promote the uses of it in certain ways that you run the game. Where those things are needed, but yet you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you're gonna ban somebody for something that you, in a way, are also promoting because you even had an entire event based around it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what the fuck?
I mean, you clearly don't have a problem with it. Like you openly admit that you're okay with it happening, which, as I've said before, is a odd stance for a
Any
game to
game.
take. For any
I've
game to
never heard
take,
of
like,
any game that's like, oh yes, please sit here and basically run a bot.
yeah. I mean, any game I've ever been a part of, any MMO I've ever been a part of, it's if you see a bot, report it, and we'll get rid of it because we don't want bots in here.
Right? But I think my hypothesis on that is because if you're running a bot, especially since the game has already kind of died once and they're trying to rebuild and it's dying again, is hey, the more people it shows that are on, the more our game gets noticed and played. But here's the problem, the game isn't dying because the game sucks. The game is dying because of stupid ass fucking shit y'all are fucking doing to it. I don't
Yeah.
know. Now I'm gonna read a comment that Brett had just said about our seasons conversation. The whole season's point is to have something equal in every server. If we'd get season totems, the whole point of it to be exactly equal for every server is gone. I get it would be easier to get a few things, but wouldn't it be also too broken? I mean, the whole point of it being
No.
equal would that there would be totems obviously available in each server, so it's still equal. It doesn't
Yeah.
make it less equal because anybody could pop a seasons totem. It's no difference
Yeah.
than the weather matrix or
No
an
different than the
aurora.
weather matrix, yeah, or an aurora, or an eclipse totem, or a tempest totem, or any of the other weather totems that there is, or the hunt totems that you can buy.
Right.
Like if you sit there and get, I mean, I've got a few megalodon totems, and or you can get kraken totems, or you can get skyla totems, and you can just sit there and spam those, and
So if you want to talk about equality, then it's essentially those aren't equal. And essentially it's not equal even as is because again people work, people are at school, so they can't participate in the seasons that they need anyways. So it would actually
yeah,
allow for more equality for people to actually be able to get what they need when they need
yeah.
it.
It's the only thing in the game that's not based on the currency, basically. So, like, the more currency you have, the more of these totems that you can possibly get, which means the more money you can get, because if you're popping totems, that means the more higher chance for hunt fish, which are some of the more valuable fish. And if you can get them with high mutations with high multiplier, higher sell rates, then uh, then you know what I'm saying, you make more money to get more totems, to get more fish, to get more money. And
Right,
not
but
everybody
even
has the
with that, they
time for
don't
that.
sell for enough to like make it overpowered either,
Yeah. Or
because
you
the
can get
rate of
them
them have
for
dropped.
your aquarium. Yeah.
Right, and if
Some
that
of
was
them
the
do for your
case, then the hunt fish totems would be ridiculous, make it
yeah.
OP. But I would do it in the same sense, whereas necessarily instead of costing money, make it where it's craftable. That way it's also, again, obtainable for everyone, just like the hunt totems are.
Yeah.
Equality. Um,
That's right. We can
like
craft
for
totems now.
Fallen Snowblade, at winter it gets these buffs, plus 75% progress speed, 45% chance for snowy, 6 times, 55% chance for frozen. Okay, what does Fallen Snowblade have anything to do with? I'm confused. We were talking about that earlier. It's not back to Nate. Yes, Do Big was there, but it's not back to Nate. Do Big and Nate were co-partners, meaning they were equal partners together. They didn't sell it to Do Big or vice versa. They were equal partners within the game. That is where the misunderstanding of how that worked. They were equal partners. It wasn't one or the other. It was both. Well, it's not even a crime if you get caught, because if you get caught macroing, it's still okay to macro. It's not okay to talk about. That's the difference. Will you stop trying to kill me? 2 to 3 hours per season, I'd be okay with because that would be more than one rotation and enough to work with and plan our day if we're busy. Exactly. So, 2 to 3 hours, even 4 hours at max, would be more than enough for somebody to plan their day on their seasons.
Yeah. And I don't think it's broken. I don't think the current system is broken per se. I just think it would make more sense. It would be a lot. I mean, I would like it better because personally, I don't have a job, or I don't have a lot going on. So like, I have the luxury to be able to just wait for the season when I need it. But not everybody has that luxury.
So, like Brad said here, it is because one server could have summer, other winter, but once again, the point of it to have the exact same thing in every server. If one server have autumn, then every other server will also have autumn in them, which I understand that point, but essentially the game already doesn't really stick to or have that. One can be running Aurora, one could be running Rainbow, one can be whatever. So the idea of making it like
One
that,
can have an earthquake, and none of
uh,
the rest of them have an earthquake.
right, one could have an earthquake, one and another one not. So the idea of making it where they all have to have the same season, why? Like, what is the main thing on the seasons? The seasons honestly don't make or break you versus one having earthquake, one having aurora. It's no different than even those, and it's no more important. Like, there is no major value to a degree in it. Like, I would see, let's say, let me find an example here. If if it was like something as holy grail as AA, and you could all of a sudden make one server have AA and not another, okay, I could see where that would be fucked up. But the actual value of a season is minuscule. There's nothing super, super important that comes out of a season that is above something else, if that makes sense. Like, the value of the fish that, for the majority of the fish that can be caught, except for now the worm, but most fish, it's as simple as completing a bestiary, but sells for nothing. So it's not even an important fish. There's nothing valuable that comes out of it. They're worthless to go in an aquarium. The hunt fish you can make totems for anyways, so those would be more important in my opinion to have in one versus another, because that's something valuable. A season isn't really valuable. What is it that you consider the garbage bestiary? I mean, like, I want to complete my entire bestiary. And right, even with that, like I said, then, even if you don't make a totem where you can change it, then, and which we've all stated, then making it less time. 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours max. That would still make it in every server thing.
Yeah.
Like the common garbage rarity fish. Like, yeah, I don't know why it makes it. I think that's relative to opinion.
What?
Like, yeah, because I mean, you do get trolls who just only want Aurora just to have Auroras as is.